Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Industrial Edits, the first ever podcast series of SCMS NOIDA. I, Armanjit Singh, and Arohi Chaudhary are here to host today's podcast. We will be discussing about current trends in emerging technologies and careers related to them.
Technology is ever-changing playing field, and those wanting to remain at the helm of innovation have to adapt. To help meet the demands of a technology-enabled consumer base, businesses and solution providers must also turn towards the latest trends and possibilities provided by emerging innovations to realize their full potential. But where to begin?
So, to find answers to all these questions, we have here with us today Mr. Deepak Bhosle. Sir has experience in the corporate world of 20 plus years. He's currently part of the well-known brand known as Asian Paints, and Sir is very passionate about creating tech-driven strategic differentiators. He has vast experience in delivering the same across the value chain. He has also managed end-to-end IT needs for the international businesses in 17 countries and home improvement.
Over the last 20 years, So has been involved in a wide range of technological solutions in space of business applications, networking infrastructure, data centers, and cybersecurity. More recently, he has been involved in digital projects around artificial intelligence, business analytics, and AR VR visualizations for customer experience. Sir has also been felicitated with awards and honors like Super Techie, Net Promoter Certified Associate, Certified Information Security Manager, and Design Thinker.
Welcome, Sir. We're honored to have you with us here today. So, Sir, it would be really great if you could just brief us about the topic in your own words.
Thank you, Arohi and Armanjit, for the kind words of introduction. I did go down the memory lane as you were spelling my profile, and I did feel a sense of gratitude as I've closely watched technology over the last few years. Over the last 2 decades or so, I've been fortunate to have seen information technology from close quarters as a part of my role within Asian Paints. I guess a lot of you would know about Asian Paints, and if you Google, you will find it as a very tech-savvy organization, always ahead of its time and always wanted to create business differentiators out of technology. I guess this is the type of job which I really love doing, and as a person, I am passionate about how technology can be adopted to really create competitive levers. We are already in an age where technology has disrupted business. Look at what Ola Uber have done to the transportation industry. WhatsApp, with just few million lines of codes, has impacted the life of billions. Companies have been able to do business in the pandemic surely because of the technology investments. So guys, these are interesting times for folks who are passionate about technology and are looking for tech-based careers. But first things first, let me thank you all for the invitation to express my views in this podcast. It's always a pleasure to be amongst bright and ambitious students, and especially students of Symbiosis Center of Management Studies. Believe me, I feel it's a learning experience for me as my smart hosts are going to throw a volley of sharp and intelligent questions at me. The topic I am covering today is on understanding new and emerging technologies and their impact on our future. I would be happy if this helps you shape your own thought process and aids you in your thinking about careers as you march ahead in your professional worlds. Hope I'm able to add value, and through this podcast, you are able to make certain decisions about your own way ahead.
Very rightly said, sir. Moving forward without any delay. So, sir, what as per you is the most cutting edge technology that is emerging nowadays?
I guess it is quite of a challenge to single out a single technology. A lot of technologies come into my mind as you ask me this question. Technologies like robotic process automation, 5G, Internet of Things, edge computing, blockchain, cybersecurity, augmented reality. But I think the one which is going to be the most impactful to human race is artificial intelligence, or AI as you popularly call it. And a lot of you guys would already know that this is one of the most hottest trending technologies. And why not? The impact it has got on how we live, work, and play. And it is only in its early stages. AI, for starters, is all about getting human-like capabilities within systems. It's not just getting used in self-driving cars or Google Maps or digital assistants like Alexa, Siri. in the social media, but it's also entered into the fields of music and arts. AI today is creating its own music and own portraits. Considering the pandemic times we live in, we will need more human like capabilities in things which will give us the touchless experience. And I guess AI is a technology which is going to get on an accelerated path purely because of what we have seen in COVID. AI, from a market point of view, is going to grow as a 200 billion industry by 2025, and that's pretty huge. And hence, if people are looking at making careers in AI, you would have realized the potential of what AI can offer.
All right, sir. That was very new. So, we have seen very rapid changes in the technological advances in the last 10 years. So, do you foresee a similar pace or faster pace of technological advancements in the coming 5 years as well?
That is absolutely right. COVID crisis has brought about years of change in the way companies in all sectors and regions do business. Adoption of digital has accelerated by many years. In industries from healthcare to education to finance to manufacturing, the pandemic has forced companies to use technology to reimagine nearly every facet of their operations. In the wake of the outbreak, everything from doctor's appointments to schooling to workouts, even to your classes, everything has gone online. As vaccines are getting doled out, a complete return to normalcy is still a bit uncertain. But what is certain is the fact that pandemic has fundamentally changed several industries. Given how far we have moved into digital spaces, it is hard to imagine how people are going to fully return to the brick and mortar alternatives for one. The technology inspired changes by COVID will come in the form of an acceleration of existing trends. For example, industrial automation and contactless payments. In other cases, like virtual reality, 3D printing, or telehealth, the crisis may change the course of the industry, enabling companies to demonstrate value that until now consumers would have not been able or unwilling to see. From a technology point of view, AI in combination with a lot of other tech trends like RPA, that is robotic process automation, 5G, and cloud computing, are going to bring to a future faster than you can imagine. Sounds like a science fiction movie, right? I guess the fiction movies we've seen in the past are fast becoming a reality faster than we thought.
Okay, sir, we absolutely get your point. So, sir, we are seeing rapid use and development of AI almost every walks of our life. What is your advice to the students willing to pursue AI as their future career?
I guess there is some scope in terms of augmentation of new age technologies in business management courses. Your course does delve into business aspects and prepares you to manage business operations, draft strategies, take on business problems. However, digital is now become a big part of any business strategy. I think it's becoming difficult for educational institutes to catch up with the rapid pace of changing technology developments and incorporating in the curriculum. The teaching faculty too is struggling a bit to pre-purpose content so that students can benefit for it purely due to paucity of time. I did see your course content and I feel you can do a bit more considering the pace of change of technology. I think we are in an age where students need to take it on themselves to fill in these gaps. That would separate the ordinary from the extraordinary students. Current careers can no longer be linear. I repeat, current careers can no longer be linear. Students, I would advise you to start doing a lot of self-learning courses, self-study on technology, and if possible, dirty your hands by taking up weekend assignments and internship projects. Dabble with these self-learning projects to understand on how technology can disrupt business models. Your career choices will slowly start happening as you keep doing more of this and you start sensing opportunities. Maybe many of you may get interested in starting a tech startup when you are in college itself. Some of you may choose to acquire deep knowledge and then probably start contributing to the professional side. That's a choice you should constantly be evaluating. But one thing for sure, a lot of new age learning happens outside the corridors of your classroom. So get going now.
That was very informative, sir. So, can you please advise us on how we can use data analytics and various AI tools to make correct business predictions and analysis?
Well, to understand this question, one needs to understand the differences between data analytics and AI. At a broad level, as I said, AI is more about, it's a larger area and it's more about imparting human like capabilities to systems. Data analytics is largely about focusing an examination of data sets to identify and explain trends. Data analytics has two broad level of analytics. One is the diagnostic and descriptive analytics, wherein you analyze past data and give insights or take insights on what's happened and how it's happened. The world of analytics now is slowly moved into the second part, which is more on the predictive and prescriptive zones, and this is where you start predicting the outcomes. That's when AI is playing a big role in impacting this area. AI systems can automatically analyze data and uncover hidden trends, patterns, and insights using very sophisticated algorithms and crunching large amounts of data. So a lot of organizations have already got into this space, and they're using AI in data analytics to forecast sales inventories. Google Maps is a fine example of how they go out predicting and prescribing the routes to you. The business models of Amazon and Netflix are purely based on AI based recommendations. They are predicting on what you should be buying or seeing. So you are, in a sense, a part of their AI in action. One of the challenges in the world of AI and data analytics is that of skills. We need really good professionals who understand these areas and how the same can be used to solve business problems. It's an area a lot of you probably could look at in the future.
I think that must have clarified doubts of many of us, including me. As a career choice, how would you recommend augmentation of these new age technologies in business management courses, sir?
I guess this area is so dynamic, and making a prediction here or giving a advice might be a little of a challenge, but I shall try to do that. Most of you would be ready to take on professional roles in maybe the next 3 to 6 years, basis the number of years you intend to invest in your college or university. Careers too are shaping pretty rapidly, in my view. Some of the jobs you would have seen today would have not existed 5 years ago, and same goes the case for jobs which are going to be there in the next 5 years. Probably they might not even be heard of today. With AI technology moving so fast, you as students need to be on your feet in terms of the changes that are happening around you. You can choose to be in the deep end of technology, where you can become a machine learning scientist or an expert, an AI researcher or an AI engineer, or you can be on the business side by taking up business consulting roles like AI architect or AI consultants. A lot of you might be thinking, I'm not from a technology background, should I even be venturing in this space? But I think you should not consider that as an handicap, because this is such a huge area which is going to have space for all streams, people of all type of capabilities to come in and contribute, because it's all about putting human like capabilities within the environment around us, and you need a good mix of all genre of skills. May it be a right brain person or left brain person, there is a role for everybody. One thing can that you should definitely be sure about, or you should be able to make an assessment of, is your own passion for technology and your own belief on how technology can change the world. If you are in that state of mind, I think then you should be looking at a good and a successful career for yourself in the field of AI as it matures in the next 4 to 5 years.
Very well said, sir. As we have reached to the end, and this shall be our final question. So, as BBA students, what courses would be apt for us so that in the future, when we are job ready and we are not left out in our career progression?
This is a question which I guess is there on the top of mind of many ambitious students, especially students who are looking at foolproofing their careers. And it's really a thing which everybody needs to ponder about, especially when we are in times which are so uncertain, vulnerable, complex, and ambiguous. When it comes to career choices, again, it depends on the aspirations you have. As part of the course, this BBA course, I'm sure a lot of you would get very strong when it comes to business fundamentals and solving business problems. But for someone who wants from here on wants to get on the tech side of his career and is looking at joining corporates or software companies or IT as an IT manager or a doing consulting roles, getting a few courses online or otherwise in the field of data analytics, cloud computing, AI, ML, RPA, cybersecurity, and doing small projects there would help. If you are furthermore tech inclined, and probably getting into a little bit of coding related to Python or other languages related to data analytics would really be useful as you progress along these careers. For folks interested in making careers in business facing roles or consulting roles, it is very important to be aware of what digital can offer, because as I said, digital is such a core part of most businesses, especially post the pandemic now. One needs to really have good understanding on the capability of a technology and what it can do and how you can deploy to solve business problems. Some of the additional skills I feel you can go about looking at or picking up is a few courses probably in design thinking, which will allow you to really create disruptive solutions to complex business problems. Looking at courses in business analytics, digital marketing, social media management, data privacy management, digital customer experience management, and similar courses.
That was really, really insightful, sir. So here we are, done with all our questions. We are so much pleased to have you with us today, sir. We got real good idea about technological advances, business analytics, and AI.
Yes, very true, Arohi. Thank you so much, sir, for filling us with so many important insights.
Oh, it was all my pleasure, and thank you so much for having invited me to share my views. And thank you for being a patient audience, all of you. And do connect with me on LinkedIn if you need any advice. I shall try to see what best I can do in terms of guiding you there. I hope you all enjoyed this session as much as I did in delivering this to you. You all are, I guess, in a very crucial phase of your career. You really need to think very hard and understand your areas of strengths and interests. You'll need to enjoy what you do, and you should feel satisfied later about what you have done. What will make you really successful in whatever you do is A, your ability to learn quickly, maybe fail fast. B is about being fluid to emerging opportunities. C is about having an attitude of doing things differently. And D, and more importantly, is about believing in yourself that you can create a massive impact. Maybe the next Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or Elon Musk might be right amongst you. All the very best, students, and do well in life. Stay safe.
So here we sign off. Until next time, take care. Goodbye.